Hello guys, how you doing? I wish everyone a very happy new year. May you stay blessed. May you find happiness this year and may you have a good time with friends and families. I'm sure that everyone will be having some kind of resolution this year and will work towards the resolution this year. What are your resolutions? What resolution do you have this year? Just let me know. It would be fun to know what kind of resolutions you have taken and what would you like to do this year, because we all have resolutions, but somewhere down the line, somewhere during uh, our work stress and during our stressful lifestyle, we kind of miss out on our resolutions and move on to the other direction. My resolution this year would be to work harder, make more videos for you, and increase the quality of my work. I want feedback from all of you on what kind of work you would like to see, what kind of videos you would like to see, and how could I improve my videos, what kind of content you would want to see. Okay, okay. So it's new year for all of us. Everybody has a list of plans or a to-do list for this year, and we are just planning as to what we can do or what we have plans for this year, how we can go about it. The year has just started and we just want to start it on a good note, just like everyone else. What are your plans and what would you want to do? And people are very positive this year. They want to start off with some good project. They want to go ahead with some good work and want to uh, work towards a better 2024. For some, 2023 has not been that good. It hasn't been uh, something that they had wanted to. They wanted to do something, but things didn't turn out the way they had wanted it to. And now they want 2024 to work for them, to make it a fruitful year, so that their projects, the projects that they have started, some of them have work that has not been fulfilled. It has got stuck midway. So basically they would want their projects to move ahead with leaps and bounds. We are all hoping that this year should be better than 2023. We had a lot of misses in 2023. There were a lot of things that didn't happen. We saw many things that we didn't want to, like the Israel war. The Ukraine war has still not stopped, but we are hopeful that this year at least one of the wars stops, right? At least the Ukraine war stops. On the other hand, the Israel Hamas war is a on a larger magnitude. It's going on an upturned scale. It is going up. Instead of coming down, it's going up. So people are worried about the magnitude of the war and how it would increase, affecting people all over the world. Experts say that this year, while Ukraine war could see a drop in the number of attacks, Israel Hamas war will get escalated much higher to what it is right now. Nobody wants all of that. to happen. But unfortunately, things are not turning out the way it should be. Let's just hope that things turn out well, and let's just hope that new things come into our lives. So, let me just take you through some of the important news that has grabbed the attention all around the world, and it's the new year, so let's be positive. Okay, so let's just start off. World welcomes 2024 with New Year's fireworks, reflection, and a royal farewell. The world welcomed 2024 with a mix of celebration and somber reflection. 2023 has not been that great. We had expected Ukraine war to stop completely. However, we didn't know that another war would start in the Middle East, where Israel and Hamas has been fighting each other out, killing thousands of people. Okay, so let's take a look at what has happened all around the world while celebrating New Year. I've got a sore throat, so yesterday also I was, coughing in between the live video. So please bear with me, okay? And I know it's not a very good experience. It's not something you would like to see, but I cannot do much about it. So let's talk about how Sydney celebrated. Let's take one place, one city, one country, and talk about it. Sydney sparkled under a shower of silver and gold fireworks commemorating the 50th anniversary of its iconic opera house, while the mood in Gaza remained bleak, with residents more concerned with survival. In Europe, Denmark's Queen Margaret II announced her abdication after over half a century on the throne. Here's how places and people around the world bid farewell to 2023 and welcomed the new year. Sydney showed fireworks and welcomed the new year. People in Gaza had little hope that 2024 will bring much relief after 12 weeks of Israel's war to eliminate Hamas. As I just said, that we had expectations in 2023 that the Ukraine war would stop. It did not stop. Firstly, it did not stop. Secondly, the Israel-Hamas war started as if we didn't have enough to talk about, that this war had to start. The war started off suddenly, and it started off on 7th October 2023. Ukraine war started on 24th February 2022 and is still on. Israel war is getting escalated each day. So this year we can expect something more happening at the Israel war. We can expect any level of escalation in the Israel war, as experts are believing that to happen. So in Gaza, people did not celebrate war. They are not in a situation to celebrate, and they have little hopes. In Rafah, on Gaza's border with Egypt, which has become the biggest focal point for Palestinians fleeing other parts of the enclave, people were more preoccupied on Sunday with trying to find shelter, food, and water than with thinking about the new year. Hold on, I think there is someone. Okay, thanks for holding on. I got some shopping done on IKEA, so it got delivered. I have some more deliveries today, so let's see. Did some shopping for New Year, and let's see how it is. So, but one of my resolutions this year is to tone down my shopping list. Okay, so let's talk about what happened in Rafah. In Rafah on Gaza's border with Egypt, which has become the biggest focal point for Palestinians fleeing other parts of the enclave, people were more preoccupied on Sunday with trying to find shelter, food, and water rather than thinking about the new year. We know how terrible the situation right now it is in Gaza, and people are in no mood. They don't have enough water, enough food. How are they going to celebrate the new year? They have to worry about their life first and then think about new year. Most people have lost someone in the family. Some deaths have occurred. So they cannot think of celebrating now, but they are hoping that this year it will be somewhat better for them. We also hope that things get better, but let's see if it does get better. Russia, okay. Russian President Vladimir Putin, facing an election in March, made only passing reference in his New Year address on Sunday to his war in Ukraine, hailing his soldiers as heroes but mostly emphasizing unity and shared determination. So on March 17th, Russia goes for the presidential election, and buzz is around that this year also Putin will be re-elected. Happy New Year, GP. Thank you so much. Wish you and your family a very happy, prosperous, and a healthy new year. So, this year's highlight for Russia is the presidential election on March 17th. It is being believed that he will be re-elected, and I personally think that it would be a landslide victory for Putin, though he has become one of the most unfavored politicians after the Ukraine war. But it cannot be denied that he is also the most preferred politician in Russia, and Russia has a way of getting rid of politicians in their own ways. I'll talk about that later, not in this video. We'll talk about it later on. China. China's President Xi Jinping, speaking on Sunday in a televised speech to mark the new year, said the country will consolidate and enhance the positive trend of its economic reform in 2024 and sustain long-term development with deeper roots. So Chinese president has said that it will consolidate and enhance the positive trend of its economic recovery this year, and the recovery will be done in such a way that it has to be sustained. 2023-2022 was not a great year for the Chinese economy. However, in 2023, China did see a lot of economic activities taking place and an upturn in their economy. Okay, so this year China has a lot of plans that they will implement. A lot of agreements have been made with various countries for new projects, and this year they expect it to be in a very they are expecting the economy to rebound at a much higher level right now. I personally think that they will fare well this year, because in spite of their depression, their economy downturn, especially the real estate plunge that had taken place. Xi Jinping was able to pull up the economy in 2023, and last year was not as bad as 2022, and they did see many companies restarting business with China. Many new companies have opened their offices in China, and this year they are expecting some more better things, or better things, more business coming in. A lot of agreements have been signed, and this year they will be making more economic advances with other countries. So every day will be a new day for China in terms of its economic upliftment. I'll keep you updated with Chinese news as well. Taiwan. President Tsai Ing-wen said that maintaining peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait is the responsibility of both sides. North Korea. North Korea has vowed to launch 3 new spy satellites, build military drones, and boost its nuclear arsenal in 2027. As leader Kim Jong-un said, US policy is making war inevitable, as has been reported. North Korea is doing uh, more harm to their country than doing good. They are trying to attack, they are trying to keep South Korea's economic development into check. Okay, they are trying to pull South Korea down with every little possibility, with every little thing that they can. Now they will have more spy satellites. Now every few days we hear North Korea launching attack from the sea, or from towards from the north of North Korea. They have ballistic missiles to hit South Korea. Sometimes the missile gets deflected and it goes towards Japan. So these things are taking away a lot of, uh, you know, a lot of economic development. The time that they should spend on their economic development is being spent on uh, harming South Korea in each way possible. But South Korea has taken long strides to move ahead and rebuild their economy, right from their real estate sector to the K-pop industry, which has captured the world. They are leaving no stone unturned to move ahead, not just in Asia, but as a global leader. But North Korea is doing nothing of that sort. Yes, absolutely nothing. They are not doing anything like that. They are more concerned about attacking South Korea. That is their main concern. Okay. Kim Jong and Chinese President Xi Jinping has vowed to further develop relationships of cooperation between the two countries in New Year's messages exchanged on Monday. Okay, now let's go to the holy place of Vatican, the Pope. During his Sunday prayers, Pope Francis said, I wish everyone a peaceful end of the year, and please do not forget to pray for me. He also blessed people from all around the world and said that he wants to see the war end. Let's hope that the war ends. France. French President Emmanuel Macron in a televised address ahead of New Year celebrations said 2024 should be the year of our French pride, marked by the Paris 2024 Olympic Summer Games and the reopening of Notre Dame Cathedral after a devastating fire. So, Notre Dame Cathedral was devastated, was damaged with a devastating fire, and hopefully this year it should open up. Germany. Chancellor Olaf Scholz said in his traditional year-end address that 2023 held so much suffering and bloodshed, but promised we in Germany will get through it. Germany is also facing a downturn right now and has been going through a lot. Police on Sunday detained three more suspects in an alleged Islamist plot to attack Germany's famed Cologne Cathedral on New Year's Eve. The alleged attackers had planned to use car to attack the 800-year-old Gothic cathedral, as has been revealed by the Cologne police. The alleged Britain. London ushered in the new year with the bombs of its famous Big Ben Bell, fireworks, and a display of news highlights that featured King Charles's coronation. United States. In New York, tens of thousands of revelers are gathered in Manhattan's Times Square to wait for the lighted ball to drop at midnight after scheduled performances by musicians including Megan Thee Stallion and Cool J. President Joe Biden said in an interview ahead of the ball drop that he hoped celebrants realized we are in a better position than any country in the world to lead the world. While we wait for the next celebrations, here's looking at you, Brazil. Let's take stock of what 2024 may have in store for you. We have some more celebrations coming up. Okay, so as the celebrations go on, I will now give you a list of important events that will take place this year. You can take down these dates. I will also put them down into the description box, and you can also take note of them. Okay, February. As always, you can expect Lunar New Year around the world, which is the Chinese New Year. March. Vladimir Putin, who has led Russia as either Prime Minister or President since 1999, will run for a fifth term. Donald Trump's trial on charges of election interference is also scheduled to begin this month, although this might get pushed back. April, we will see the last solar eclipse in the US for more than 20 years, celebrated by a festival in Arkansas. In April, May, we also expect to see the Indian general election. May, China's Chang'e 6 mission will attempt to collect up to 2 kgs of samples from the dark side of the moon. June, the Paris Olympics Games begin. June. 2 women run on Mexico's presidency, and the UEFA Euro 2024 will kick off in Germany. The T20 Cricket World Cup will also be hosted in the US. July. The Paris Olympics Games begin. Okay, that's an important pointer. Paris Olympic Games will begin in July. Okay, August. Tours de France Femmes will start in the Netherlands and end in France. Oc- uh, October. Russia will host the BRICS summit in the southwest city of Kazan. November. On the first crewed mission in 52 years, four astronauts will journey to the moon for 10 days. Okay, that's an important thing. On in the month of November, on the first crewed mission in 52 years, four astronauts will journey to the moon for 10 days. So this is a list of important, it's a small list of important events that will take place this year. Let's now look at the other important news articles. Okay, and what is that? One of the main news articles is Denmark's Queen Margaret II announces surprise abdication on live TV. Denmark's Queen Margaret II, Europe's longest serving monarch, will abdicate on January 14 after 52 years on the throne and will be succeeded by her eldest son, Crown Prince Frederick, which has been announced on Sunday. The 83-year-old queen, who ascended the throne in 1972, made the surprise announcement on live TV during her traditional New Year's Eve speech, which is viewed by many in the country of 5.9 million people. Referring to a successful back operation she underwent in February, she said the surgery naturally gave rise to thinking about the future, whether the time had come to leave the responsibility to the next generation. I have decided that now is the right time on 14 January 2022, 52 years I'm sorry, 14 January 2024, 52 years after I succeeded my beloved father, I will step down as Queen of Denmark. I will leave the throne to my son, Crown Prince Frederick. The Queen became the longest serving monarch in Europe following the death of Britain's Queen Elizabeth II in September 2022. In July, she became the longest sitting monarch in Denmark's history. In Denmark, formal power resides with the elected president and its government. The monarch is expected to stay above partisan politics, representing the nation with traditional duties ranging from state visits to National Day celebrations. So, Queen of Denmark has abdicated her throne and Prince Frederick will take over the throne. That's a very important news. Okay, let's see what other news we have. Pope Francis tells Rome to clean up its act before 2025 Holy Year. Pope Francis on Sunday said the city of Rome has to improve its basic services for residents and visitors before the start of the 2025 Holy Year that is expected to draw tens of millions of pilgrims. Francis made his comments at the Vatican's traditional year-end Vespers of Thanksgiving, known as the Te Deum, about 6 hours before the start of the new year. Are we working, each in his own way, to make this city a sign of hope for those who live here and those who visit? He asked in his homily in St. Peter's Basilica. Mayor of the city, that has been plagued by inefficient public transport, overflowing garbage bins, and traffic congestions, was sitting in the first row. The Pope later shook his hand. Pope Francis said, the city in particular needs to become more user friendly for the elderly and those with mobility problems. In most neighborhoods, particularly outside the center, wheelchair users and the elderly have to navigate their way around cars parked on sidewalks or blocking mobility ramps. usually with impunity for their owners. He also said simple decorum and normal functionality because a more livable city for its residents is more important right now to make the city better and also tourist friendly. Many tourists visit Vatican every year and it needs to be more friendly. As I said that there is a lot of garbage overflowing in this area. If that happens, forget tourists coming, even the residents would not want to live there. They would want to leave the city and go. Rome hosts a holy year also known as Jubilee year at least every 25 years. Pilgrims flock to the city to pray at its many holy sites and receive special blessings. The city's notorious traffic has made it even worse because of the construction sites and preparations for the 2025 Holy Year, including road underpasses and overdue extensions to its small subway system. Okay, in the new year, it would be great if you make some conversation episodes with the senior citizens around you about their history and experience of culture and social life. That's a good point, GP. What's your full name if I could know so that I could address you in a better way? I will try to do what you have said. Let's see how it works out. German police arrest three more over alleged Cologne Cathedral attack plot. Dinesh. Oh, hi Dinesh, welcome to my blog. Welcome to my channel. Where are you from? Okay, Nepal. Where in Nepal? I've always wanted to visit Nepal, and early on in my life, I used to live in a place that was not very far from Nepal. Right now, I live in Mumbai, but when I was a kid, my father was uh, with the railways, Indian Railways. So we lived in a place in northern India, and we had so many, so many of our friends would go to, every holiday, somebody or the other would be visiting Nepal because of the beautiful environment, the beautiful country. I so far haven't visited Nepal, but I have, friends from Nepal. Like in India, there are many people who work and who live, who have been in India for generations. So someday I will definitely visit. Okay. Oh, West Bengal. Okay. So don't worry, someday I'll definitely uh, come. I'll definitely visit Nepal, and you never know, we can get to meet each other sometime. Okay. German police arrest three more over alleged Cologne Cathedral attack plot. Police on Sunday detained three further suspects in an alleged Islamist plot to attack Germany's famed Cologne Cathedral on New Year's Eve, authorities have said. The alleged attackers had planned to use a car to attack the 800-year-old Gothic edifice by the Rhine River, Cologne Police Director Frank Wisbaum told a news conference. The method of the planned attack was unclear, but an underground car park below the cathedral had been searched with explosives, sniffer dogs overnight, as has been told by the media. Okay, North Korea's Kim Jong says armed conflict becoming reality because of the United States of America. Let's see what he has said. North Korean leader Kim Jong told the country's military commanders the most powerful means must be mobilized to destroy the United States and South Korea if they choose military confrontations, state media reported on Monday. Kim said the danger of an armed confrontation on the Korean peninsula is fast becoming a reality because of hostile maneuvers by the enemies, including the United States, requiring the country to sharpen the treasured sword to protect itself. If the enemy opts for military confrontation, our army should deal a deadly blow to thoroughly annihilate them by mobilizing all the toughest means and potentialities without moment's hesitation. Kim made the comments as he hosted senior military leaders on Sunday at the ruling Workers' Party headquarters to congratulate them on the accomplishments made in 2023, the state news agency has revealed. North Korea in 2023 tested its largest ballistic missiles and launched its first military reconnaissance satellite, which Kim has called major advances in modernizing the country's military. The call to upgrade the country's military readiness follows the pledge made at the conclusion of a 5-day meeting that ended on Saturday to boost its nuclear arsenal, built military drones, and launch three new spy satellites in 2024. The escalation of rhetoric from Kim comes as the United States increased drills with South Korea in the past year, deploying more strategic military assets, including a nuclear missile submarine, air carriers, and large bombers. It also comes ahead of a year that will see pivotal elections in both South Korea and the United States, which Pyongyang likely sees as an opportunity to increase its leverage by stepping up a campaign of military pressure. So, okay, on Monday, South Korean President Yoon Suk Yeol pledged to accelerate work to complete a missile defense system and a system using US extended deterrence to fundamentally deter any North Korean nuclear and missile threat. So basically, North Korea will be increasing their uh, missile power, increasing their military power, and they have always been critical about USA's move, and they have always said that whatever problems have risen in the Asian continent and also in the Ukraine war is because of the Western interference. Western interference meaning USA's interference. So that is what they basically have said. Their target has always been to attack South Korea, which they have done so many times last year and this year also, because they are increasing their missile power, they are increasing their arms and ammunitions military. It is no secret that this year also they will be doing the same. It has always blamed USA for all the problems that have risen there, and USA has always been at the receiving end now. Receiving end. South Korea has US military bases which has been also protecting the nearby water areas, And this is something that North Korea is not very happy about. That is why they have been so critical about USA's interference, not just in their area but also in most countries' military, most countries' internal politics, and most other countries' uh, internal affairs. Like Putin has always blamed USA for interfering in Ukraine, and he directly has said that because of USA, the Ukraine war has started. And he has said that so many times that they have breached a lot of rules, and whatever major problem happens in the world is because of USA's interference in the country's internal matters. A lot of people have sided with him, a lot of people are against that. What do you think? Do you think USA is responsible for all these things? And why is USA so interested in other people's, other countries' affairs? The list is long, and if we were to write, it would be something that we can talk about. Okay, as you are a researcher yourself, thought that you might be interested in these aspects. Yes, Dinesh, I was a banker firstly, and then I moved on to research because while I started working with the bank, I realized that I'm uh, I'm good with research, and I would want to do something with research. So then I moved on to real estate research. And when I actually started working as a researcher, it opened up doors for my work. It was not just real estate research that I did, you know, I had so many tools in my hands, and with so much opportunity given to me into my hands, literally. I started off with, I did a lot of what you call that, petrodollars research, the money that you get from the Middle Eastern countries by selling petrol, by selling oil and gas. That's the petrodollar sector, as they call it. So while my company was doing a lot of projects in the Middle East for real estate, I also came to know about other things, the other aspects of the Middle Eastern countries that got me engrossed into their culture, into their daily habits, into what they love to do. Okay, and that was the starting point in my career, and that is how I got on to other researches. Then I started doing research in bits and parts. Like I was working for real estate, but then I did a lot of I would read a lot of Middle Eastern economy, and then I moved on to the automobile sector. That was also something that I like to read, though these days I don't get much time. If time is not a factor for me, I would love to read all through the day and make videos for you, but then I have my home, my family, and then other things to look into, and I have to handle them all by myself. So I'm not left with much time to delve deep into all the things that I love to do. But I love to take out time to do something at least so that I can make a video on it. But then if time is not a factor, I would want to make elaborate videos where we can be like, if I have more people watching my live, we can go on to an interactive session uh, and talk about the various aspects of that particular uh, topic. Like these days, let's just take an example. These days, BRICS is so much into the news. Why countries, some countries are planning to join, some have said no, it's a big no, like Argentina has said no. So many people do not know what exactly is BRIC, when it started, what is the organization doing, what is their purpose of working. Many people do not know, and why people have left it and why people want to join it. Yeah, that was about me. So basically they now want to see, they want to know. So I have thought of doing a video on it, and I will do it someday, but I will need some more time to go around it. So yes, definitely having a background in research has helped, because um, you have to do a lot of reading. You need to find uh, matter regarding that topic. You have to read it. You have to be knowledgeable yourself to be able to speak with others, to be able to discuss it with others. So I definitely look forward to doing it in a bigger way this year. But let's see how things take shape. Okay, okay. So what is the next news article we have? Thank you. Yes, I will. Actually, people want to they want to see, they want to know the news. So many people have requested some live sessions for news, so that is why I'm doing this. Because news is something, they say that okay, we watch your videos, we know what news we have, and if we are looking at a particular topic or at a particular news article and you have that, we are done with your video. We know what exactly we are looking for, and regarding that topic, that news article, we have all the information. So that is why I'm doing this. Okay, a couple of articles more and then we are done. Argentina pulls out of plans to join BRICS bloc. Argentina's new president has withdrawn the country from its planned entry into the expanding BRICS club of nations in a letter to the leaders of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Mr. Mele said decisions taken by the preceding government has been revised. The BRICS countries are often seen as a counterweight to the Western-led world. Argentina had been among a much vaunted new crowns of 6 countries poised to join the group next month. L'Oreal heiress, first woman to amass 100 billion fortune. The French beauty empire founded by her grandfather is on track for its best stock market performances in decades. L'Oreal shares rose to a record high in Paris on Thursday. The firm has seen its sales rebound after the pandemic when people under lockdown used less makeup. So I think we will end the session here right now, and also let me know what else you would like to see. Like Dinesh gave me a suggestion, I'll try and work on it. One uh, video on bricks I will definitely make. So it's all for now. Take care.